This guide will help to ensure that you keep your track clean and keep everything running just as smoothly as the day that you bought it. Hi, this is Marlin here at Hearns Hobbies. I just wanted to talk today really quickly about track cleaning. So a quick 101 session on what you need to keep your track clean. As you guys in model railways might know, that over time the performance of your trains might suffer a little bit. You might not get the same kind of quality running that you did when you first got your new train or your new train set. And this guide will help to ensure that you can keep your track clean and keep everything running just as smoothly as the day that you bought it. So let's just have a quick look at some products that'll help you with that situation. Okay, so here we have a big range of different products that are all designed to help keep your track or your wheels clean. So the first thing is, why do you need to keep your track clean? Because the electrical connection is between these rails and the wheels of the locomotive itself. So you have a negative and a positive, and then this current is isolated from each other by the plastic sleepers, but then that current is carried up into the wheels of the locomotive. In the case of this small Hornby 040 Peco locomotive. And because this is a small locomotive with a short wheelbase and only 4 wheels, those 4 wheels and where they make contact with the track is the only point of contact for electrical conductivity between the rails and the locomotive itself. So if your track is dirty or your wheels are dirty, that could create issues with smooth running. You could have issues with your locomotive stalling out or just not running as smoothly as you remembered it being when it was brand new. So we'll look at quite a few different solutions as to how you can ensure that you can keep your train running smooth. So we'll put that down on the track. So there's 2 basic types of rail cleaning product. There's an abrasive type and there's a solvent-based type. The main difference between the two is the abrasive uses its properties to polish the track, and the solvent uses its agents in the liquid to break down things like dust and dirt to help keep the track clean. And sometimes you can use the two as like a 2-step process or in collaboration with each other. So we'll start with what is probably the most basic and popular track cleaning tool that I know of, and that is the Pico PL1 rail cleaner. These have been around for a very long time, and they're a very easy to use, very simple product. It's an awful lot like a pencil eraser. And it is like a rubbery material, very similar size to a pencil eraser as well. It has abrasive particles inside of it. You can actually see them shine in the video. You can see where it's made contact with the rails here, where I've used it before. Basic principle is, you just get this onto the track, and you gently rub it on the track until the rail head starts to polish and shine again. Now it is quite an abrasive product, so I would really recommend using these for if the track is quite badly tarnished. Like for example, if you have old track that's been in storage for a long time, or if it's been a very long time, or if your track hasn't been cleaned at all. This is really great if you've noticed that your rail head is really dull and not shiny at all. So very great product, very easy to use. Something quite similar by DCC Concepts is their track cleaner. Again, it's made from like a rubberized material, a lot like an eraser. This one's quite a bit softer and uses aluminium oxide as its cleaning agent. So this one will actually, because it's softer, you'll use it up much faster, but it is much larger as well. Particles do break off easier as a result of that, so you may need to give things a light sweep or possibly a vacuum after use. But the advantage is this is less abrasive. So you're less likely to have scratches on your railhead. Scratches you'll want to avoid because when you look at them under a microscope, for example, you'll see that scratches create a new environment for dirt and dust to collect. So one thing you really want to do is try and minimize as much scratching on your track as you possibly can. So Woodland Scenics, part of their Tidy Track range, has the Rail Pal. Very, very similar to the other two that we just looked at. So it's an abrasive pad, different shape and size, but it actually has 2 different levels of abrasion on one side and the other, a light and a heavy. So if something needs a really good heavy clean, you use the more abrasive side. If it just needs sort of a light polish, then you use the lighter side. Always be as gentle as you can, but in some situations you might need some pretty heavy duty cleaning. We'll just put that aside. And for a softer clean, you have something like this track cleaner by Prozis. This has a little clear plastic handle, and it cleans using a felt-like material. It's relatively soft, and that just wraps around this end of the handle. And then you also have some additional pads to use as well, once this one has become dirty. You can buy replacement pads as well, which is pretty great. And again, it's very soft, and this is good for a nice finishing polish. And if you want to add some track cleaning solvent to this, it is also possible as well, which we'll get into. So if you want to use some solvents, there are a lot of different ones on the market as well. We'll just have a look at a few. This is the Track Magic by Deluxe Innovations. This particular product helps to protect the track, and it improves with electrical conductivity. So basically you squirt this into this little cup, and then you apply it to the track using the sponge end of the stick just over the top of the railhead, and this will help protect that. It's a very good product to use. And then another product very similar by Woodland Scenics is their Clean Track solution from their Tidy Track range, and you can apply this using something like the track cleaner or one of Woodland Scenics' own track cleaning tools that they have available. You could also use a soft cloth or paper towel as well if you don't have a track cleaning tool at your disposal. All right, so another way you can keep track clean, which is very simple, and it's more of a preventative maintenance sort of thing, is dust monkeys by Woodland Scenics Tidy Track range. So these are really great in that they just snap on to the axle of a carriage or a freight wagon, and it's pushed along the track. I'll actually just demonstrate now how easy these are to use. So we've just got an HO scale boxcar, and this is designed to just clip right onto the axle, just like that, except I put it on backwards. So I'll do it again. There we go. So you can see this felt pad will run along the railhead when the train is moving, and that will help to keep the track clean. With every pass of a train, with this product, you can get the dust off of the track really effectively, and it's quite small and discreet, so you probably won't really notice it unless you're looking for it. So it's the kind of thing that you could always leave on your layout all the time, keeping the track clean and minimizing the amount of time that you will have to spend cleaning it, between running sessions. And sometimes the issue might not necessarily be the track. Sometimes the wheels on the locomotive and rolling stock can cause problems too, because over time they will tarnish and they can accumulate dirt and dust. So let's have a look at this little packet here. So it's brand new, so the wheels are very clean, but over time they can tarnish. There's quite a few different ways to remedy this. We'll just have a look at from Pico, we've got a wheel cleaning brush and a wheel scraper. These products are quite heavy duty, so they're the sort of thing that I would use for a locomotive that may have been in storage for a long time or is very well worn. They use electricity, and you use it from a 12-volt source, like the accessory output on a power transformer. So when you hook this up from one end of the transformer to the locomotive, it will complete the circuit, and the wheels will turn, and it will use that motion and abrasive action to clean the wheels. So using these two in conjunction with each other would help to eliminate that tarnished effect that you'd see on an older locomotive. You can also just keep non-powered things like rolling stock and non-powered locomotives clean as well. So this is by TGW. It is a wheel cleaner. Basically, it's like a track. Underneath this soft felt pad, is an HO gauge. It's exactly HO gauged, and you can just simply run a locomotive or a piece of rolling stock along this, and it's not electronic, but that abrasive action and that polishing action from the cloth will help remove dust and grime as it accumulates. And to keep this lasting a very long time, you can get replacement pads as well, which is really great. It's a very simple solution, but a very good solution, and it works very well. All right, guys, well, that's just a quick overview of some of the solutions that are available to help keep your track clean and help keep your wheels clean. It's hard to say which one of these is the best because they vary so much from each other, and it really depends on personal preference. So I just wanted to give you guys a look at what is available and what you can do, and keep everything running smoothly. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one.